Peace be upon you. Good evening to you all. There was a boy named Munir. His father passed away while he was in his mother's womb, and his mother died when she gave birth to him. He had one uncle. His uncle took him in, kept him in his house, and raised him. His uncle's wife loved Munir. The uncle's wife loved this orphan. She grew attached to him. When he reached about 6 years of age or so, his uncle said, "Your job is these sheep. When you go with them on eternal sunset." He isolated him, a complete isolation from his cousins. He had 3 or 4 cousins, so they separated him from them. So Munir spent every day out herding the sheep and returned at sunset. He would barely have dinner and go to sleep. He couldn't even talk or chat. He was exhausted, poor guy. Wasn't really there. He had a cousin named Ghazwa. He loved her. Munir was deeply infatuated with her. He never told her, and she didn't even know. So in this isolation of spending all day with the sheep, he returned one day. His cousins had swords. "Hey, Munir, look, our father bought them for us." They were about 14 years old now. "Our father bought us a sword. We want to learn to use it." And they were so happy. He entered the tent to see his uncle. He said, "Uncle, I want a sword like the other." He said, "No, your job is the sheep." We don't know why his uncle refused. Maybe he was afraid he'd carry a sword and get into a fight. He's an orphan and has no one. Or maybe he just didn't treat him like his own son. He said to him, "Uncle, I want a sword and I know how to use it." He started arguing, and his uncle raised his voice. He scolded him. "Stay with the sheep. You have nothing to do with swords." And the boy said, "Your job is the..." Munir got upset and walked out of the tent. He hadn't gone far when he saw the girl he was in love with. She approached him. She asked, "What's wrong with you and my father? Why the shout?" He said, "My father refused this and that regarding..." She said, "Oh, really? Stay with the sheep. You're just a shepherd anyway. What do you know about swords? What do you know? You shouldn't raise your voice." Right there in that moment, he opened his heart. He said, "I love you, and I want you. I will ask for your hand, God willing, and we will marry." He looked at him with disdain. He said, "Are you kidding? A shepherd like you wants to marry me?" Munir was shocked. "My uncle, that's fine. He's like a father. He can scold me. My cousins, they can do what they want. But Kazwa, whom I love, I didn't expect such words from her." The way she looked at him, calling him a shepherd, that was everything. He became very upset and sorrowful. That night, his aunt asked him, "What's wrong? What's wrong, my son? What's wrong?" He said, "My uncle did this. He bought swords for the boys and refused me." This, she said, "God willing, you'll buy one." Since she loved him dearly. That night, he made up his mind. He decided to leave this place. This region had no place for him. His uncle didn't treat him like his son, and Ghazwa, whom he loved, said those things to him. He was shocked that she didn't care for him at all. She didn't just feel it. When the people were asleep, Munir went out. He walked into God's vast land. He didn't know where he was going, nor did he know these lands. He didn't go far when he was herding the sheep. He didn't know anything. People got up early in the morning. Where is Munir? Looking for the sheep here and there. He didn't know where he was. The poor thing didn't know. She was about to lose her mind. They searched for him left and right. He went out searching, not knowing where he was. He said, "Where did he go? We don't know where our..." Munir kept walking, relying on God. He spent the night in the cave, locking himself in. The situation was dire. Anyway, he happened upon some people. He reached a man who owned a lot of livestock. "Uncle, hello. How are you? Are you well? What do you have, my son?" He said, "I'm looking for work. I've come from far." He said, "That's fine work for me. I'll give you sheep after a year." He said, "That's fine." And he stayed herding for a whole year. When the year was up, he gave him 2 sheep. He said, "Do you want to continue herding? If you aren't continuing, may God..." "What if I continue?" He said, 2 more sheep on top of it. Munir thought to himself, "This is good." He said, "May God brighten your face and reward you with good." So he took the two sheep and started walking. He had learned a lot from this man. He had mixed with people and learned about different lands. He learned about Iraq, the Levant, and Egypt, and he learned about trade and such. He set a goal in his mind. I'll go sell the two sheep and start trading. He was excited. He walked and spent the night in a valley. He tied the two sheep far away from him. Suddenly, one of the sheep got up. A wolf had gotten into it that night. It took it, killed it, and walked up. He was left with only one sheep. He said, "Poor me, I don't even have one sheep left." He held the rope he tied to the sheep and walked on. The sheep followed him. He had his eyes set on the northern. He had a goal in his head, trade. As such, God would open doors for him. On his way, he reached a Bedouin camp, a group of 10. He looked and saw the largest tent. The largest tent is usually the sheikh. He said, "I'll stop by there, eat something, and continue my journey." It was mid-morning, just a bit past dawn. When he approached the tent, the sheikh welcomed him warmly. "Welcome, hello. Take the guest's sheep, put it with the other sheep." The Munir went in. "Welcome, hello." He ate what God provided. He had breakfast, rested, and drank coffee. While in this state, riders on horses and camels arrived. They had people on them whose clothes showed they were tribal leaders. The sheikh asked, "Who are these people?" He asked the people. They said, "These are such and such leaders of another tribe." "Welcome, hello." The sheikh began to welcome them and ushered them in. "Welcome to so-and-so and welcome so." Who was the man sitting quietly in the back of this gathering? He told those with him, "Slaughter 2 sheep for these men and bring them." He welcomed them. When the sheikh finished greeting those who came to ask for a hand in marriage, he said, "I am asking for your daughter for this young man." He replied, "You are honored." They were going to complete the engagement and the wedding. So, when they served the sheep, ate and finished, Munir was full and done. He thanked the sheikh and left. He asked one of the men, "Where is the sheep I brought?" He said, "I don't know." He started looking around and asked, "What happened?" Wait a minute. Munir went around the corner of the house. The shepherd went and told the sheikh. The sheikh came out, grabbed Munir's hand, and pulled him aside. He said, "Won't you sell me your sheep?" Munir realized then that his sheep had been slaughtered for the guest. So he said, "No, I won't." The sheikh said, "Lower your voice." "We'll sell it for a camel and 10 gold coins." He said, "That's fine." The sheikh just wanted to keep things discreet. He said, "It's okay," and gave him what he promised. He asked him, "Sheikh, why?" He said, "We slaughtered your sheep with the other." When the shepherd told me, he said, "Your son came and he chose the sheep and it was slaughtered." Munir's fortunes turned around, a camel and 10 gold coins instead of a sheep. He continued his journey until he reached the Shamri. He started buying and selling there. He kept buying and selling. He welcomed the Bedouins who were selling and sold to the caravan travelers. Soon people began to know him. God blessed him and the man became a merchant. His uncle had gained a lot of wealth. He told his uncle and family about himself. He had been gone for about 7 or 8 years. They longed for him, and God blessed him. He now owned 80 camels. He had servants, money, and a good life. He decided to return home. He asked around. They said, "Your people are camping in such and such a place." He knew they were in that location, a valley or a distance away. He told his servant. He said, "When midday comes, we will set off. I will go alone on my horse. When I leave, wait until midday comes. Bring the camels and drive them near the tents." I said, "Very well." He mounted his horse and left. He rode until he reached his uncle's house. He called out and she came out. It was Ghazwa, his cousin, while he was met. He asked, where did the household go? She said, they are not here. Welcome. May you be greeted. He said, may God preserve. He dismounted and asked her about the house. She said he, his sons, and some of the tribe went on her. He sat down, took off his mask, and looked at her. How are you? Are you well? She stared at him, looking closely. He said, did you recognize me? She said, I suspect you. Munir, my cousin. She said, where did you go? What happened? Why are you playing around? She was overcome. She was what nursed and raised them. He got up, hugged him, and kissed him. What happened to you? What went on? He said, I've been blessed with goodness, but wait until my uncle comes, and I will tell you everything. He said, we don't know if he'll come today or later. He sat talking to Ghazwa and his aunt. In the meantime, the camels he told his servants to bring appeared. There were about 80 camels. His aunt and Ghazwa stood up, looking at all this livestock. His aunt said, where did all this come from? He said, this is mine, mother. She said, how can it be yours? He said, God opened doors for me and provided for me. The poor one was overjoyed. Ghazwa looked at him in total shock. He was stunned. He didn't know what to say. His uncle and cousins arrived that same day or a few days later. When they arrived, they greeted him. Welcome. What happened to you? What went on? He began to tell the story. He tells them the story while they all. He said, I went here, there, and everywhere. God opened doors for me and I returned. His uncle said, forgive me for the time I scolded you. He replied, I have no need for such words, uncle. Thank God he blessed me, my affairs improved, and I came back. He asked, have you married my son? Are you married? He said, no, by God. I came here specifically for that matter. I want Ghazwa. I want to ask for Ghazwa's hand from you, uncle, and marry her. He said, Ghazwa, my son, has been married. A sheikh took her as his wife, and then divorced her. She is a divorcee. He said, that's fine. You are my uncle, and I've wanted her since I was young. He said, it is up to you. And he consulted Ghazwa, and she agreed. So he married Ghazwa and held a big wedding. After only 3 or 4 months, he took a second wife. His uncle brought him and asked, why, my son? What did you see from Ghazwa? He said, I saw nothing, but I have the right. No, that's not it. He told him, by God. So he married the second. Ghazwa went to her father and he said, he has taken another wife over me. He asked, has he fallen short with you in any way? She said, no. He said, that's fine, a man can do as he pleases. He meant that when he took another wife, it was because of what she had said to him back then, saying, is there no one left but you, the shepherd, for him to take after all these years? So after the second wedding, about a year or a little more passed, and he took a third wife. At this point, that's what I mean. She realized it was because of what she had said. The men of Munir's tribe knew him very well. He was a noble man with a good reputation, and his morals were excellent. He was never negligent toward the woman who raised him, his aunt. Days passed, and his uncle passed away. Immediately, the tribe said that Munir should take over the leadership. The cousins were not in anything, but they did not match Munir in wealth, generosity, or status, because, according to old tribal customs, the tribe members themselves could depose their sheikh and assign the leadership to another man if they saw negligence from the previous one. So, leadership transferred to Munir, and he lived in peace. God compensated him for all the hardships he faced in the early part of his